Hello everyone, welcome to another video on astrology. Today we are going to talk about an interesting subject or interesting question arising nowadays. How to cast horoscope for babies born via C-section or cesarean babies, especially the planned cesarean. That is, parents they decide the time or date when to have the C-section operation or surgery to so that they can have the baby. And since that option is available, people are approaching astrologers to find out an auspicious day so that they want to ensure their baby's future is good. Everyone wants their baby's future to be good, right? So they are approaching astrologers. So now let's see how to cast the horoscope for those babies. Say, let's say, for example, today is January 7th, 2017. Let's say the scheduled due date, the natural delivery date for the baby is on January 15th, and they decided to go for a C-section either through medical conditions or by their choice. They want to go for a C-section. Then let's say tomorrow or 8th is a Vaikunta Ekadasi, which is very auspicious day in regular normal circumstances. So they think, oh, that's auspicious day. Let's have a baby on that day or any other day, Panchami, Dasami, or whatever, or Tithi. Right? So before we go further deep into that, right, I just want to touch upon the basic purpose of life, right? How the baby's or soul. So basically, everybody, what we call in Hindu mythology, is Atma, soul, right? The soul has certain wishes or wants it wants to accomplish in the certain birth, right? So that in Hindu spirituality is called as vasanas. So once a person dies, the atma, the soul, will be waiting in the atmosphere for a conductive environment for its next birth to take place so that its vasanas can be fulfilled. It could be 5 years, 10 years, 50 years, 100 years, 500 years. There is no time limit. There is no maximum time period that the soul has to wait only this much period and then it will take birth. No. It will wait until all those vasanas are met, then only the soul will take birth. So, like that, the soul has 7 births as a human being. It can be born as a human being as per our Hindu mythology. So that being said, right, the soul decides, and then the soul also will decide. The environment includes, right, the parents, their spouse, their siblings, and their future children, if at all they have. All that has to happen. Then only the soul will come to life in the next birth. So with this, keeping this in mind, let's say, so now let's come back Panchami, Dasami, or Ekadashi, whatever day we choose. Right? So those tithis are based on moon movement, on the moon sign, where the moon is, how far, right? So these are all tithis. Amavasya is 0 day, let's say, all right, or new moon day. From there, it will have 14 tithis, 14 days. Then Purnima, Paurnami, or full moon day it comes. Then after that, another 14 tithis, 14 days. Then Amavasya comes. So that's how it is. So all these Ashtami, Navami, Panchami, Dasami, these are all moon days. How far it has come, either from Amavasya or Purnima, full moon day. Okay. So if we just by going by auspicious day based on moon is not correct. because totally we have 9 planets. What about the remaining 8 planets? Sun, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Venus, Mercury, Rahu, Ketu, right? So we are not considering those planets, 8 planets at all. So we need to consider those 8 planets also. Totally 9 planets makes the horoscope, right? So we need to check those positions as well. Then the most important key in any horoscope is the lagna. The planets might be in the same rashis. Because of this lagna, the whole ball game changes. A person born in, say, Pisces, right? If the Saturn is in seventh house, for the next person, it will be a right. It will go to the next house. The whole ball game changes. So the lagna is important. Again, the lagna, there are 12 rasis, the 12 lagnas in a day. So 24 hours approximately, 2 hours per lagna takes place in a day. So the whole ball game changes. So then we need to pinpoint within that 1 hour, half an hour time period. Right? Again, if you go there deep also, so let's say there are twins born with 10 minutes interval. The twins' life events are completely different. They might choose similar, there might be similarities, but it may not be the same. Just take an example of everybody know, especially Indians, right? Steve Vaughan, Mark Vaughan, they are twins. They're both are cricketers, that's good. But Steve Vaughan is the captain, and he was the most successful, one of the most successful captains of Australian cricket. He's there in world cricket, right? So even that 10-minute interval makes a lot of difference. So that is how accurate the horoscope has to be, so that for prediction, and then we need to do that. Now coming back, taking a step back. For the C-section surgery, usually you get a window of 4 hours. At least in US, that's the practice. I assume it will be everywhere. It will be the same thing. They might give like 8 to 12 or some other time, right? So within that 4 hours, the baby can be born anytime, depending on the medical process they take place, right? So if the baby, let's say you schedule a time, say you want the baby to be born at 8:30 a.m. by looking at all these parameters, right? A perfect lagna, all planets are in a good position, things like that. But you go there, and then the required support staff might not come on time. Some nurse might be delayed, or anesthetist might be delayed, or the anesthesia, whatever needs to be given, the dosage may not be sufficient enough, or they may have to do it second time, or even though they have given, but it is not working, depending on the body, the person's body, right? Every person's body is different. So that there are so many other factors are there which might delay the time, or if it happens everything fast, it might happen even earlier than 8:30. So so basically there is no control at all on what time we want the baby to come out on the for the, even for the scheduled C-section babies. So now going back to the original discussion we just had, the karma, right? The soul's vasanas. So that karma is all defined. Any soul coming into this world in a human form, all the soul's life events are determined. Okay, when will it has to study? Who are the parents? When that soul will get married? If at all there is a marriage, what job it will do? When it will lose a job, right? How about his health? And when it will have an accident? When it won't have? when whether that accident will survive or not. All those events are defined, already defined. It's everything is there. It's only like the birth takes place, and then just by fixing up time, we think, oh, we are controlling the fate. No, in the end, fate prevails. Fate overrules everything. Fate is fate. It will have its own way. It will Things will happen whenever the fate or the karma has to is destined for that soul. That is the time it will come out. So, in a short, even though whatever time we scheduled, the baby is going to come out on the specific time based on its karma. So we can take the whatever the birth time, exact birth time it is born. Even if you have scheduled, let's say 8:30 a.m., the baby comes out at 8:21 a.m. That is the correct time. Whether it is a C-section or a normal delivery, it really doesn't matter. The time is the same for the soul, because the main purpose of the soul is to satisfy or achieve those vasanas so that the soul can be happy. Okay. Hope I clarified uh, my viewpoints, my points, and if there are any further questions, we can interact. We can interact offline. Check my website www.astrologyforyou.us, and there is a contact us form, and you can contact me for any consulting services or any offline discussions. Thank you very much, and talk to you on some other day. Bye.